Now you got to edit that. Shouldn't have done
Too
it.
late. It's too late. We already started. Hey, everyone, and welcome to another. What is the show called? Episode
What's
of
wrong with
Well,
wrestling?
technically, welcome to another episode of What's Right with Wrestling.
Yeah? Oh, because this is a good show.
Yeah.
Back when wrestling was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am Andrew
You should
Pisano.
know who we are by now, especially if you're a patron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you
You
should
know who
definitely
he
know
is.
You're
who
a
we are.
huge fan.
Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm
McMahon.
Andrew. He's Joe. That's Eric,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the
me.
rapist.
Whoa.
What?
Jesus.
What? Why?
What happened?
Calm your tits.
What? Was there a reference to that, or is that just throwing that out there?
Hamilton. Eric, the rapist Hamilton.
Just
That's
throwing out
therapist
accusations.
for 400.
Just throwing out accusations. You know,
I'll take
it's fine.
George for 500. That's S words.
So yeah, this is our second.
Apetent.
This will be our second WWE Classic recap.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
last month we did SmackDown, the first episode of SmackDown.
We did.
Boom.
which was great.
It was.
This
Yeah.
one might be better.
It was
This
so
might be
good.
the best Raw of all time. There's
Could
so
be.
many great
It's up
moments in
there.
this show.
There's a lot of great moments.
Yeah.
And
It's when Raw was just good.
Yeah.
And it was 2
You know,
good hours of
Yeah.
television.
It also has a fan favorite in there.
What's that?
I fucked a deer.
well, yeah,
true.
yeah, that
You
vignette.
have that, by
The
the way.
vignette is
We
in
will
there.
Be playing
Yeah.
that
That is
later.
amazing.
Yeah.
It really was. So this is Raw from December 22nd, 1997.
It's basically like the genesis of the Attitude Era is
Yeah.
this episode.
Yeah.
It really is. DX is really kind of getting to their own. They're not yet with the New Age Outlaws who are doing their own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got The Rock, who just became the leader of the Nation of Domination. They haven't even kicked out Farouk yet.
No.
Stone Cold is not even the Intercontinental Champion yet.
No.
Right?
He gave
Or
it
he-
up.
oh, he gave it up.
He
Okay.
gave it to The Rock.
No, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's like all these little things. It's like the genesis of like
Well, and this
all
is
this greatness.
This is a month removed from the Montreal Screwjob.
right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just everyone hates Sean. You know, there's so much stuff going on. It's great. And DX is
amazing.
in feuds with like 3 different people or teams.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the New Age Outlaws are feuding with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've got Kane just debuted, Ken Shamrock just debuted.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean, well, DX is feuding with the Road Warriors, Owen Hart, and the Undertaker.
Yeah.
The New Age Outlaws are feuding with the
And New Age
Godwins,
Outlaws.
the Road Warriors, and
Mankind.
Mankind, and Dude Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many great comments. After 5, I just stopped writing them.
Well,
I
this
was like,
was
let me just
back
pick
when
one.
like the
Yeah.
roster only had 20 people, not 400 like they do.
That's
now.
why everybody had multiple
Exactly.
titles.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So to start the show, they show us what happened last week on Raw, which is good because it helps us remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we see DX and the New Age Outlaws team up to beat up the Legion of Doom, aka the Road Warriors.
But they weren't together. As I'm
No.
watching that, I'm like, oh, yeah, DX. No,
Right.
they weren't
No,
together
No,
yet.
not yet. Not until Sean left a few months later.
Uh-huh.
Is that, they don't
was the-
form with Sean?
No.
It was the
The
night,
New Age Outlaws.
It was the
After
night after
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Well, I know that's when
Sean-
X-Pac came back, but that's when he invited the Outlaws
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
X-Pac comes back, and then at the end of that Raw, like I think Triple H has a cage match, right? And then X-Pac and the New Age Outlaws come out and beat up whoever he's fighting, and then they all pose on top of the cage. Like
But
the
like,
new
didn't he
DX.
invite him out at the beginning of the episode?
That was X-Pac.
But there was something
Oh.
before where like he's doing like, they're looking at him
Well, no,
going,
it's
yeah,
like
maybe.
right. They also beat up Cactus Jack and
So they just never
Chainsaw
officially
Charlie.
formed until.
Chainsaw Charlie,
Chainsaw
and they were
Charlie.
like, hey,
Jesus.
yeah, kind of like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So they're
Because
teasing
the
it.
New Age Outlaws fought them at the Rumble.
Yeah,
right?
I think
Or
so.
was it WrestleMania? I think it was at the Rumble in a dumpster match.
Right. Fantastic.
Yeah, but then there was it Raw where they pushed them off the stage on the dumpster? Was that at a pay-per-view?
I think it was at that pay-per-view.
Okay, whatever. Anyways,
Doesn't matter.
by the way, if you thought the Shield powerbomb was good, then you should have seen this one.
Yeah.
Triple H and Billy Gunn lift Animal up, and then Sean and Road Dogg jump off the apron so that there's 4 of them slamming Animal through the announce table.
yeah.
So much kinetic force, way more than the Shield.
So much
Yeah.
force that it killed his tag team partner,
Oh,
Right?
that's-
Yeah.
Wow.
Hawk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dead.
and Animal took the spot. Hawk
Right.
was
There's
just
so much of a
wow. That's
It
Splash.
blew him away. It shattered
Literally.
him
I think you're a
internally.
couple years ahead of
hurt him.
yourself.
Yeah.
So we then have the classic Raw's War intro, which was awesome.
Greatness.
Definitely missed that. We have JR, Michael Cole, and Kevin Kelly on commentary for the first hour.
Yeah.
For some reason, they changed it for the second hour.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
show's even called something different for the second hour.
Yeah, it's so
crazy.
weird. Yeah. Raw is War, and then it became
Warzone.
Warzone, yeah.
Yeah.
With JR and Cornette.
That was all for ratings, I think, back then. Like, you had to split things up. They wanted to have double ratings. They
I
wanted
guess.
to. It was all crazy.
Because at first I was like, well, maybe they filmed it. Maybe this was filmed on a different night, but then it looked like the same crowd. It was like the same crowd.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
By the way, these old episodes of Raw have an NXT feel to them.
Yeah, of
Maybe
course.
that's why everyone loves NXT so much. It's in a
It's
smaller
like old
venue.
Raw, yeah.
You know, it really does. Like,
Cool
it's-
things happen all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So D-Generation X starts Roswa. That's what we used to call it. Roswa. So Shawn and Triple H walk out in bathrobes with Chyna holding Shawn's WWF and European championships. HBK asks the crowd if they've been good little boys and girls, and then they show some actual boys and girls, like little kids. They're about to expose themselves in front of children.
Yes.
What were these parents thinking back then? What were my parents thinking
My
back
parents,
then?
they weren't what they just remember wrestling like Hogan and eat your vitamins. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
great.
that's-
Well, once
Buy tickets.
Shawn Michaels starts saying "suck it," our mom was very against me watching wrestling.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but still let me, I guess. But she was like, "What a pig! Shawn Michaels is a pig."
Yeah.
If I bring her up, if I say, "Hey, mom," like to this day, I'll be like, "Hey, mom, remember Shawn Michaels?" She'll be like, "That pig."
Pig.
You should film that.
He was a pig. Yeah.
We should interview. We should interview our mom on the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Remember when Stone Cold stunned Sergeant Slaughter? So, anyways, we see some children. We then see two women in the crowd with a sign that says, "Hey, Shawn, let's put the DX in sex."
Huh?
So, do you think they were plants?
Huh?
Do you think they were plants?
Put the DX in sex.
There
Like
were
those
people.
two women. Do you think they were like
No.
plants to
I
do
don't
that,
know.
or they
Maybe.
did that? I
Like-
don't know.
Like ficus plants?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
like-
Because even today, you see women like groupies for like Reigns and stuff.
I thought they were
Well,
plants
yeah,
too.
you've made videos of like
The-
girls like losing their mind when Roman Reigns come out.
That's true, yeah. So Triple H then brags about DX destroying the Legion of Doom, and this was also before Triple H found his deep voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, "Duh, duh, duh," and we'll play it in a second, you could hear it. But he then says, "We heard the New Age Outlaws want to take credit for ending the careers of the Road Warriors, so Hunter tells them to stay out of DX's business." He then mentions that he beat Shawn in a rock, paper, scissors, which means he gets Owen Hart on a silver platter. Take a listen to this.
Owen Hart, I'm gonna be your worst nightmare and send you packing where you belong too, pal. And Owen, since you're the baby, if you need a pacifier to suck on, come see Triple H, because I'm sure I got one for you. Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on!
Don't make that boy suck your dick, Triple
There are
H.
so many good quotes
Yeah.
in this show. And when we do Raw and SmackDown back to back Wednesday nights, usually, we have to like really try to find a best comment.
Yes.
And here it's like I have 5. I don't know which
Easy.
one to choose.
I told you I stopped writing them down after 5.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I got to pick one, so there's too many now.
Yeah.
So Shawn Michaels then talks about The Undertaker because he's defending the WWF Championship against the Dead Man in a casket match at the Royal Rumble.
When was the Hell in the Cell?
October, 2 months before this.
Yeah.
So back then they were repeating the same main events, I guess.
But they were good.
But they were good. Shawn versus Undertaker, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
that was their first match. This was Undertaker's rematch, basically.
Yeah, but he said he beat him twice, so there was another match where he beat him too, apparently.
I guess. Maybe it was a while ago.
He had his number back then.
He did.
Not at
Well,
WrestleMania.
Due to help from lots of people.
Well, sure.
Or really one, Kane, helping him win all
everyone
of those
had-
matches.
Yeah.
Everyone had Undertaker's number if it wasn't WrestleMania.
That's
Kind
true.
of,
Goldust
yeah.
used to beat Undertaker.
Maven.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people.
And also the Royal Rumble, that's the match where Shawn hurt his back,
Yeah.
off the casket,
Yeah.
allegedly. So HBK says, at Hell in a Cell, I beat The Undertaker like a redheaded stepchild, and you can ask any woman here, the Heartbreak Kid doesn't rest in peace. He can stay up all
Oh,
night.
So great.
So now it's time for DX to take off their robes, pull down their underwear to reveal their asses to the crowd.
Their assholes.
Which they do.
Was it so they bleeped it back then, but you found
there
a
were
picture.
DX censor images covering their asses, even though they were wearing thongs. They weren't like completely naked.
And they've shown asses on TV
Yes, they
all
have.
the time back then.
Oh, they did. Like weekly.
Maybe Vince was like, well, no one wants to see man ass. Let's bleep it. So thank you.
I don't know if he believes that because he showed his own ass multiple times.
multiple times.
That is true.
Yeah.
His own 60-year-old ass multiple
That
times.
is true. So out comes Sergeant Slaughter, who is the commissioner
Commissioner Slaughter.
of
Yeah.
Raw or WWE.
He was a great
whatever.
commissioner,
No,
a
he was
former
good.
legend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not very bright. Perfect face commissioner.
Oh, yeah. So he comes out and Sean says we better put our robes back on and not drop the soap. So he's insinuating that Sergeant Slaughter wants to rape them.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
guess?
Yes.
That's
100%.
So Slaughter tells Sean that he hasn't defended the European Championship in over 60 days. So you have to defend it tonight or I'll strip you of the title.
If you haven't noticed, HBK isn't afraid of being stripped of anything.
Yes.
I love that line.
So
I
yeah.
wrote it down.
So he says he'll defend the European Championship anywhere, any place, anytime. So Sergeant Slaughter says, your opponent will be Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Because back then, Sean was the only one calling him Triple H.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, he came up with the name.
When was the last time someone said Hunter Hearst Helmsley
then.
on TV?
I bet you
that was it.
I bet you, if I had to guess, CM Punk probably, like, did that
Yeah.
to, like, fuck with him at the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
like, to get over, like, you know.
Well, he called him Paul, too.
He called him Paul Levesque, yeah, but... if
This
I had to
isn't
guess,
CM Punk talking to Triple H.
I love that. I love
What's
that
his real name?
video.
Phil Brooks.
Phil. This is
Brooks
Phil talking to Paul.
Levesque.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that video. It's good.
Yep.
So you know, he tells him he's gonna fight Triple H. Triple H tells Slaughter, "You're just trying to ruin Sean's Christmas by me beating him for the title." So then Sean interrupts Triple H and says,
whoa.
Yeah.
I love when they do that.
"You don't get to wear a belt on each shoulder by being a loser."
Yeah.
And the Heartbreak Kid doesn't lay down for anybody.
Yeah.
Which is
I think, I mean, what was I? 18? No, I was 22, actually, when I watched this. And I think I really thought that they were breaking up.
Yeah.
Like, I think I fell for it.
What a
I know it
fucking
seems
mark.
it seems so obvious watching it now that it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
But do you remember it all watching it?
I don't remember like knowing what I thought.
I had
was
no
gonna
idea
happen.
that was going to happen.
See,
Yeah.
I was like barely starting to get into wrestling at this point, back into wrestling.
Right.
Yeah. Do you remember watching this live?
Not really, no.
I remember why I watched it live.
Yeah.
I remember I did. Yeah. So
Like I really got back into it full like every week, closer actually to WrestleMania 15.
Actually, I was already living in LA because
Yeah.
this was winter of '97.
right.
Yeah. Winter.
So our first matchup of the night features Headbanger Thrasher versus Henry Godwin. And in case you're too young to know who the Godwins were, they were basically a 90s version of the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Like,
Like a PG version of the Wyatt
PG
family.
version
Or
of the
white
Wyatt.
trash.
Weren't they like Hillbilly Jim's cousins?
I don't know. I don't even
Because he was the
guess.
big hillbilly, and then these
One
guys
of them
are.
became Midian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
was Phineas,
Yeah.
whatever.
sure.
So Thrasher hits a crossbody off the top rope and goes for the pin, but then Phineas kicks Thrasher, so the ref ends the match.
That's it.
Every match ends in DQ in the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
that was like the main problem of the Attitude Era is there were never any finishes.
No.
Like now we have every match ends with a roll up,
Right.
and back then every match ends in a DQ.
Yeah.
Every match didn't end, basically.
Right. So Mosh gets in the ring, but Henry Godwin hits them with the slop drop, which is basically Sting's Scorpion Death Drop.
Yeah.
The Godwins then take out leather straps and whip the Headbangers while the refs and Gerald Briscoe try to stop them.
Yep.
And this is before Gerald Briscoe, was like Gerald Briscoe, like McMahon's,
Yeah,
guy.
like one
He
of
was
the
just a guy.
stooges.
Yeah.
Right, he wasn't a stooge yet.
Yeah.
So then we watch a video from 2 weeks ago where we see Dude Love beating Billy Gunn in a match, but then Road Dogg nails Dude Love in the head with a chair. This was before,
Ouch.
this was unprotected, chair shot to the head.
Yeah.
Mick.
Owie.
Ouch.
They then place the tag titles on Dude Love's face, and Billy Gunn leg drops him off the top rope. Then next week, the week after that, Dude Love beat Road Dogg, but then the Outlaws beat the shit out of him again.
Yeah.
And they push a ref into Dude Love, and he goes flying off the stage. And he was supposed to go through a table, but he missed the table.
Oh, God.
So he elbow dropped the floor.
Yeah.
From like 8 feet
Yeah.
up. And why did they use a ref? Was that so like they don't get suspended? Because the ref pushed him, not us.
Because you got to do
They
something
like
different.
Irish whipped a ref.
Yeah,
into Dude Love.
yeah, why? Because you're laughing. That's why. It was
It
great.
was funny.
It was great.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
No.
So
It
then
made no
tonight,
sense.
somewhere in the bowels of the building, JR says bowels of the building like 10 times.
The bowels.
Mankind cuts this promo, and it's fucking great.
I know what you're thinking. Here's Mankind jumping to Dude Love's defense, and why don't you just let him fight his own battles? You see, there's an interesting phenomenon that occurs when you break Dude Love's ribs. Mine are too! And I don't want to spend this holiday season in pain, so I'm gonna drink eggnog around the fire. I want to make the Yuletide cake! So, New Age Outlaws, I do feel at this time of year it is better to give than to receive. And I will give you the beatings of your life, and you will receive them. It's the fight before Christmas. Have a nice day.
Oh my God.
Classic
That was
Mankind was so
amazing.
great.
So good.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, look, I still like Bray Wyatt,
So good.
but holy crap, that's
Yeah.
way better
Yeah.
than Bray Wyatt.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I remember when Bray Wyatt debuted, Mick Foley tweeted, "Wow, I think Bray Wyatt's a better Mankind than Mankind."
No.
No.
That's,
No.
I mean, look.
We like Bray Wyatt, but holy crap, that was better than any Bray Wyatt promo.
Yeah.
Well, Bray Wyatt jumped the shark,
Well, he did.
and that wasn't really his fault.
Not really his fault, no, but
Yeah.
yeah. So then we have another video of last week where we see Stone Cold tossing The Rock's Intercontinental title off the Scammell Bridge in New Hampshire. Then
Yeah.
once Raw went off the air last week, they had a visit from Santa Claus, who was expecting Sable to come out and sit on his lap because Santa's a toy
huge
fight.
fucking pervert.
A bite.
But she doesn't come out. Instead, they let a kid from the crowd sit on Santa's lap, who accuses him of not being the real Santa. So Santa kicks the kid out of the ring.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw this online because I was like doing research for the show. But then when we got in here, Eric, you said, what did you say?
Oh, it looks just like one of the Usos.
Yeah. That's a rumor online that the kid was one of the Usos.
Yeah.
And I think because you just said that without any
Because
knowledge.
it was
I
one of
think it is.
Rikishi's sons,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me turn up my screen brightness.
I mean, the fact that you said that without, any internet
is
searches.
it on there? Like, is it in focus?
Yeah, I can see it.
No, like-
Oh, on the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah,
Let me
that
see.
looks just like one of the Usos.
It's got to be.
It's gotta be.
It has to be.
It's a noose.
Yeah.
I wonder if I tweet them if they'll actually respond, or I'll probably just get blocked.
You
Just
should.
ask. Why would you can't get blocked from that?
Could you? What? You,
Hey, is this one of
what,
you
are you
guys?
afraid of getting blocked by the Usos?
We're probably on like
By
some
Jey
sort of,
Uso?
Yeah, we're probably on some sort of blacklist.
tweeted at the Usos and Rikishi.
Yeah.
Like, hey, is this your son?
Hey, is this one of your kids on Raw?
So
in
Stone
1997?
Cold then comes out and asks him,
Are you the real Santa or just a fat piece of trash? So if you're the real Santa, then what did I ask for when I was 6 years old?
he was like,
Back when I was 6 and I was a good little SOB.
That was so great.
What did I ask for Christmas?
and then Santa says, it was a Barbie doll and tiddlywinks. And so Stone Cold was like,
It wasn't a Barbie doll, and I can tell you what you can do with every one of your little tiddlywinks.
Yeah.
and then he asked Santa to stand up, and he asked the crowd,
If you don't think he's the real Santa, give me a hell no!
and then of course the crowd yells hell no. He then tells Santa he has a Christmas present for him, and it's a Stone Cold Stunner, and he throws him out of the ring.
And that was previous. Like it said that
It
was like taped.
It was
after the last Raw or something?
Raw, like yeah, but they didn't air it.
They didn't air it.
Yeah, it didn't air.
Okay.
So yeah, that was awesome. We then go backstage where we hear Shawn and Triple H yelling at each other on the other side of their locker room. And like Triple H is like,
Oh, you're always saying, I'm the showstopper, I'm the icon, oh!
and then the door opens and Shawn storms out and China chases after him.
Which
Next,
is weird that she would go after Sean.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's
But-
damn true.
So we go to commercial, and this is where we see the classic WWF commercial where it's about, I'm a real athlete. And, this whole time I thought it was a don't try this at home commercial, but it wasn't.
No.
They never say don't try this at home. It was a fuck you for calling wrestling fake, commercial.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the...
It was almost like, try it at home. It fucking hurt.
Try lacing my boots
Yeah, because at the beginning...
on your brother.
At the beginning, Farouk's I was a wrestling, a real wrestling champion, and The Rock was like, I played football in college and all that stuff. So here's the last half of the commercial. It's so great.
When you step through those ropes, bad things do happen. Had over 200 stitches. I've suffered a dozen concussions. Broken bones. I've separated shoulders. Hair broke my neck. Blown out knees. But I still got up. This is who I am. This is what I do. I'm not really an athlete. This isn't real. Try lacing my boots.
Try fucking a deer.
Try fucking a dare.
By the way,
I
Sean,
separated shoulders. I got 200 stitches. He made me fuck a deer. Do you think I'm not an athlete? You don't think this is real? Try lacing my boots. Try fucking a deer.
the WWF, it's just like porn.
It's
illegal
more real
porn.
than you think.
Yeah. By the way, Sean in the video says he suffered a dozen concussions.
God.
If this was today, he wouldn't be allowed to wrestle. He'd be on Daniel Bryan treatment.
Yeah.
Right. Protocol.
Yeah.
Look, we don't want to be sued for millions in a few years.
I've suffered a dozen concussions.
Yeah.
So next up, we have The Rock versus The Undertaker. Talk about giving away a WrestleMania match on TV.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, but back then, it wasn't.
Right.
The Rock was just
Right.
becoming something.
Right.
And even kind of flubbed his lines a little bit when he comes out later.
Yeah.
It also it didn't seem like there was any reason why The Rock was fighting The Undertaker.
Well, it's just a match.
Undertaker has a title match
Right.
next month.
But
and
this
yet he's
wasn't for the
fighting-
IC title, was it?
No.
No, it was just a
Well, the
non-title.
IC title, he doesn't have it
He didn't
right
even
now
have it because
it's in
Stone
the-
Cold threw it in the lake.
So they made a new one. So Rock comes out with Farouk, D'Lo Brown, and Kama Mustafa, a.k.a. The Godfather. And early in the match, Paul Bearer walks out, which distracts Taker and referee Earl Hebner. So Kama low blows Taker as we go to commercial. This is only 2 months removed from Kane's debut. We then come back from commercial to see D'Lo and Kama still beating up The Undertaker outside the ring while Farouk distracts Earl. Mid-match, Rock hits the People's Elbow. But it's not called the People's Elbow
Nope.
yet. The announce team just call it an elbow.
Elbow, yeah.
And Taker kicks out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So
An elbow to the sternum or something, right?
Yeah.
Whatever he says.
So later, D'Lo distracts Earl Hebner again, so Rock can do his classic punch your balls move.
Yeah.
Taker eventually hits the choke slam, followed by the tombstone, but then the lights go out, and by God, it's Kane.
By God.
So Kane and Paul Bearer get in the ring. Paul tells Taker he's ashamed that he ever had anything to do with him, and your parents are celebrating the holidays with the maggots. So Taker grabs Paul by the throat.
Wow.
But Kane punches his brother. Taker then grabs Kane's throat and thinks about striking him, but doesn't. He's still not willing to fight his brother yet.
No.
Kane then beats up his bro in the corner and then sets off the fire on the turnbuckle. And then Paul Bearer stands over Taker and says, "Season's beatings, dead man."
Yeah.
Just a terrible line.
Terrible.
Very corny. Then on to hour number 2 of Raw's War, a.k.a. Warzone.
Yeah.
And again, now we have JR and Jim Cornette on commentary, which is much better commentary team than Michael fucking Cole.
Yeah.
And so to start off, we have HBK versus Triple H for the European Championship, but Owen Hart attacks Triple H from behind as he makes his way to the ring. So Sergeant Slaughter comes out, tells Owen to leave, and the match gets postponed until the end of the night. And Sean tells Slaughter that this is a conspiracy against DX. It's a conspiracy.
Even the announcers were saying, we're not sure he wasn't a part of that.
Yeah.
It was like, okay.
Yeah, Cornette was like accusing Slaughter of having Owen Hart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Triple
he was
H.
in on it.
Well, he was smiling the whole time.
Right. So backstage, we see Road Dogg and Billy Gunn on their search for Mankind. This kind of looks
This
like
is like
the,
part like 7 of this already.
No,
this is
I
the
think they're
first
only
one.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
They
But
do
this-
like 9 of these.
No, I think there's like 3 or 4, but it seems like
And
there's
this,
9.
it's
Yeah.
funny, like this looked like Ghost Hunters, but this
Yeah.
was before Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
they have like the helmets with lights on. and
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. So they see someone with a brown jacket, so they beat that guy up. But when they turn on the light, they realize it's not Mankind.
And then they say with a camera in their face,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, let's get out of here before someone knows what we did."
Yeah.
There's a camera with a light in your face.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So next up, we have Mark Merrow versus Scott Taylor, a.k.a. Scotty Too Hottie.
Scotty Too Hottie.
This is
Before he did the worm.
This was before
Oh, yeah.
he was Scotty Too Hottie.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Taylor was just a jobber here.
Yeah.
And before the match, the crowd chants for Sable, and Mark Merrow introduces her, and she comes out wearing a shitty reindeer costume, which
Oh,
covers her entire body, as well as a giant reindeer head.
Yeah.
But she takes off the giant reindeer head once the match starts, and Merrow gets the win after hitting the TKO on Scotty Not Yet Hottie.
Right. Very
Merrow
good.
then you like that. Merrow then continues to attack Scotty after the match, but Tom Brandy comes out and beats him up. Wait. Who the fuck is Tom Brandy? And they say it so fast, like, "Oh, Tom Brandy," and it's
Yeah.
like Tom
Like
Brady.
The Rock.
The first
Yeah.
time I heard, I was like, "Tom Brady? What?"
Yeah, they said it a few times. Like, oh, it's Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
No idea.
Yeah.
He was just another big, muscly guy that McMahon probably loved for 5 minutes.
But
Yeah.
man jerked off too.
Yeah.
Sign him. So Brandy throws Merrow out of the ring, and Merrow hurts his leg. So Sable gets on the steel steps, takes off the shitty reindeer costume to reveal a sexy Christmas outfit, which JR called Sable Santa's little helper. And then Cornette said, "I'm just wondering what she was helping Santa do."
So good.
That was amazing.
So good. So good.
By the way, if you've watched any of Jim Cornette's I think the You Shoot interviews, and he fucking hated Sable because she was she had no talent.
No,
Talentless
She
hack.
was just and
She
he
couldn't
called her
wrestle for
he
shit.
called her like a cunt. She was just a cunt, like a backstabbing cunt.
Oh, God. I don't
really
think he'd ever want to run into Brock Lesnar on the street.
Yeah,
You know?
he hated her because she didn't really like wrestling. She just wanted to like be a model or whatever.
But isn't that most girls?
Well,
And back then?
so
But at least
that's
like
how Trish
he
Stratus
says like
started.
he says at least Sunny had a passion for wrestling. Like she wasn't
Yeah.
obviously a wrestler, but she can talk on the mic. Sable had no talent other than looking.
Well, Sonny would have wrestled nowadays. You know what I mean? You
I
would
guess
think.
maybe.
Although Lana doesn't really.
So Sable
She
then
almost
grabs.
did.
Yeah.
She wrestled a few times, but yeah, that's it. And she was just a jobber, which is stupid. So Sable then grabs the mic and wishes the crowd a very Merry Christmas, and then blows them a kiss.
Away.
A kiss.
Oh, go ahead.
Away. So we go backstage where we see Triple H with Chyna and JR.
In my dreams, you're blowing me.
Some kisses.
Some kisses.
Walk Hard is so great.
Such a good
Such
movie.
an underrated movie. Every second is
Let's
hilarious.
do it together.
You can always come in my back door. So we go backstage, and we have Triple H and Chyna, and Triple H says he's going to teach Shawn Michaels a lesson tonight. Chyna whispers in his ear, and he says, yeah, I'm wearing my lucky shirt. Yeah, and he's wearing a Chyna shirt.
Yeah, so
just
good.
Remember that.
I guess China wasn't allowed to talk.
No.
Well,
I know I'm good, huh?
she wasn't much of
Her
a talker
voice
back
was
then.
deeper than Sean's.
Yes,
so
they
they
didn't
didn't
wanna
want to
She,
throw
she
people
wasn't
off.
much of a talker. Again, when she debuted, JR screamed, "Is that a woman?
Dear God, what is that?
Kill her with fire!"
What kind of abomination have we created?
So she was
Somebody genetic test that thing. It's got tits, but that don't mean nothing, Kang.
Right. So later in the show, we see Shawn with Chyna, and he says he's going to teach Triple H a lesson, and he's also wearing his lucky Chyna shirt, which is funny. So just keep that in mind. Next up, we have 8-Ball.
Is there a
versus-
callback to that?
There is.
Oh.
Later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So next up, we have 8-Ball versus Kurgan with Jackal as the manager.
What?
Formerly the Interrogator. I think they might have just changed his name on that
He
episode.
said that.
Because he had to
Jackal-
explain it.
Jackal said, he goes, formerly the Interrogator, he's now known as Gurgle.
Kurgan.
Kurgan.
Gurgle. Gurgle.
Yeah, Jackal and Kurgan.
Kurgan
makes
the...
the Kurgle.
But the commentators at the end of that called him Kurgan the Interrogator.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Kind of like
Did
how
he-
Undertaker, when he...
Didn't he
used to
join
be
up
called
with the
Kane.
Oddities?
Yeah.
Yes,
of course.
Yeah, of
and he
course.
was a
That's
goofball.
where he's mostly remembered, I think.
Yeah.
This is the low point of Raw, where
8
Jackal.
Ball, a 7-foot tall Stone Cold copy.
Yeah. Jackal does commentary while walking around ringside, and then Cornette says, "There's nothing I hate more than a motor mouth manager," which is
Yeah, it was what it
another
was.
great line.
Yeah.
Because he was the biggest motor mouth manager.
Yep.
So Jackal distracts 8 Ball, and Kurgan hits 8 Ball with a sidewalk slam to pick up the win. And then 8 Ball attacks Jackal after the match. But then the rest of the Truth Commission,
Sniper and Recon.
Recon and Sniper
Jesus.
come out to beat up 8 Ball, and one of them was Bill Buchanan. The wrestler Bill Buchanan, right?
What did he do?
Was one of those guys.
Oh,
Was
yeah, I
Recon
remember
or
him.
Sniper.
What did they?
He was
what
with
did-
John Cena for a while. He was B squared.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. So Skull then gets in the ring with a 2x4 and clears the ring to save 8 Ball. That's one thing you never. Yeah, that's one thing you never see anymore is a
2x4.
That used to be like the go-to clear the ring with
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
2x4.
That was the sledgehammer back then.
It was.
My 2x4.
Yeah. So backstage, we see the Outlaws continue their search for Mankind, and JR again says, you know, they're in the bowels of the building, and finally Cornette says, "This building has a lot of bowels." This is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
So
They
good.
never do this anymore. Like the only time we're ever laughing with the commentary nowadays is if Booker T says something stupid.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, or does just laugh. Ha ha.
You know it.
So next up, we have D'Lo Brown versus Ken Shamrock. By the way, when I was a kid, I loved Ken Shamrock. I was a big Ken Shamrock fan.
Yeah.
And
I was too,
yeah.
but he didn't go anywhere.
No, and JR said it's inevitable that Shamrock will be the WWF champion in 1998.
Yeah,
He said
early
that in this
1998.
Yeah.
He said early?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's like, well,
Like he's gonna
well, I
beat
can
The
tell you, Jim
Undertaker
Cornette,
or Stone Cold?
Well, said he's gonna win the Rumble.
what for Ken Shamrock to be WWF champion? I think by early 1998.
He said
Like
he was
a month
gonna.
later.
He said he was gonna win the Rumble.
Yeah,
Now, they must have known already that Stone Cold was gonna win it and
they had to.
fight Shawn. Because Stone
Yeah, of
Cold,
course.
Stone Cold gave The Rock the Intercontinental title, saying,
Stone Cold's got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
I'm going for the WWF title.
Well, but but I mean, people pick people to win all the time, even today.
right.
That's not a
but
big
it's
deal.
like nowadays where Finn Balor will come out and Michael Cole was like, I guarantee that Finn Balor will one day be the Universal Champion again. It's like, you fucking liar. You
Yeah.
know you're lying.
Yeah, it's like.
But I
sorry,
think, look,
no.
I mean, he didn't have a bad WWE career.
No. Well,
He
he
won
was
titles.
IC title.
Yeah.
yeah, he
At
won the
least once.
IC. He
I'm
feuded
sure he was
with
a
The
tag
Rock.
team champion.
I
the
don't know.
Boss Man.
Maybe.
I don't know about that.
I
I'm not
remember.
sure. So, anyways, Shamrock hits the Bailey to belly in this match, but doesn't go for the pin.
Yeah, weird.
Why not? It's a finisher, right?
Yeah, maybe
Instead-
back then it wasn't.
It wasn't. It wasn't until it was a finisher up until 1952.
Right.
Yeah.
And then in 2016 when Bailey debuted, it became
Yeah.
a finisher again.
Yeah.
So instead, Shamrock makes D'Lo tap out to the ankle lock, and after the match, Farouk and Kama get on the apron like they're about to attack Shamrock. When The Rock comes out and shits on the UFC, he challenges Shamrock to a one-on-one match at the Royal Rumble for the IC title, and then he basically like tells the Nation Domination like, "Come on, we're done here," and Farouk's like, "The fuck." But it's interesting that The Rock challenged Shamrock when he's the heel.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So next up, we have the Outlaws continue their search for Mankind, although they find him. And Mankind attacks both of them with like a garbage can lid. And he gets some good shots in, but then the numbers game catches up to him, and the New Age Outlaws lock him in a freezer.
So they killed him.
He's dead.
And
Yes.
you left out the most important thing. Mankind is singing Christmas carols while he's beating them up.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
So good. So yes, he did win the tag team titles with Big Boss Man.
He did?
They defeated
when
the
they
New
were
Age
the
Outlaws.
corporation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
And he took the Intercontinental Championship, defeating X-Pac in the finals of an 8-man tournament. Like, God, those kind of things
Again,
must have been amazing back then.
One of the like whenever we do another recap for a show, I want to recap that '98 Survivor Series tournament for the title.
Amazing.
Because that's
That was a good
when The Rock, Shamrock, and Big Boss Man were on the corporation. Big Boss Man threw the nightstick over Shamrock's head. Like, oh shit, that was an accident, but it wasn't an accident. They fucked over Shamrock there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yep.
Next up, we have Goldust come out with Luna. And Goldust is dressed as the ugliest Christmas tree that Jim Cornette or any of us have ever seen.
Dear God.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Goldust reads a visit from St. Nick when Santa comes out to give presents to the crowd. Santa then attacks Goldust from behind with the bag of toys and then reveals himself to be Vader Claus.
Oh, no.
Vader was a face?
He was a face.
When? For 5 minutes?
Yeah.
He's the
I
ultimate
guess.
bad guy.
And it's funny because this is like, you know, Cornette used to be his manager, and he was like, "Oh, Vader, it's good to see him again."
Yeah. I never remember him as a face. I mean, everybody, even Nikolai Volkov went face eventually, but like,
Right,
I don't
yeah.
remember Vader ever being a face.
Right. Yeah.
Must have been just a couple weeks, and they were like, "All right, you can go back to WCW."
He was probably like at the like you know like where Mark Henry is now, where like every 6 months Mark Henry will make an appearance, body slam someone, and leave.
Yeah.
Like that's what Vader was
That
doing.
was probably,
then.
yeah.
Another like mismanaged wrestler at the time, you know. So finally, for the main event, we have Shawn Michaels versus Triple H for the European Championship. They come out separately again, but you know, to the same music, the DX music, and then they both get in the ring. They take off their gear, and they notice that they're both wearing their Lucky China shirt. They look at each other like, "What the hell?" And then they both look at China, and she just whistles her way out of the ring. She's like. So that was a funny moment.
Yeah.
So the bell rings. They both test the ropes,
Stretch. Yeah.
talk to China,
Yep.
yell at the crowd.
Yeah.
There was one where like they were about to lock up, but they don't. They're like, I'm not ready. They
Yeah.
take a few minutes. You know, they really
Selling it.
selling it.
Yep.
They finally lock up, and Shawn immediately falls on his back.
Yeah.
Triple H then runs the rope like a jackass.
Several times like a
Like
jackass.
30 times.
It was so good. So good.
And he then pretends to do Ultimate Warrior's
Splash,
finisher
yeah.
on
Yeah.
Shawn, but he just
Doesn't
like
touch
gently,
him.
like
Yeah.
he doesn't touch him at all. And maybe this was after he jobbed to Warrior at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Of course.
Was it the same year? Like, was it that year?
96.
Oh, so it's the year before.
Yeah.
So maybe he did that for a reason.
Wait, what WrestleMania is coming up? 14, right? Stone Cold versus Shawn was 14?
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was 14.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was 12, yeah.
Okay.
So that was
So
a year
maybe
ago.
maybe he did that for a reason, like as a fuck you to the Warrior.
Maybe.
I don't know. So he does the finish on Shawn. He pins him to become the new European champion. Shawn pretends to cry. He's like, "Oh, this is the most grueling match I've ever been a part of. I've been in Hell in a Cell. Oh, this is the worst."
Yeah.
And then he hugs Triple H. He's like, "You did it. You won. Oh, you did it."
Right.
And then JR says, "He lost his smile again." And then Triple H gives his victory speech while Sergeant Slaughter watches from the ramp.
I'd just like to say one thing, that other than my kid being born, well, I don't have one that I know of, but this is the greatest moment of my life. You saw it! I did it!
Oh, that was great. I love that.
I wonder how many of Triple H's title wins were actually legit when you really think about them.
Right.
Well, only when he was a face, which wasn't often. Like he beat
Wasn't often.
Jericho at WrestleMania for the
Yeah.
the titles.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just funny, obviously, like a lot of his. He was awarded the world title
Yes.
by Bischoff.
Right.
Here,
Yeah.
this is you're a champion.
Yep.
This is obviously yours.
Yeah. That's happened a lot because The Rock got awarded the Intercontinental title without having to earn it. Mankind was given the Hardcore Championship.
Yeah. You defend this. Okay.
Yeah. So that was a great episode of Raw.
Great.
I enjoyed it
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
So many great moments.
Yeah.
So let's give some awards.
Let's do it.
Who
All right.
was your worst dressed?
Mine was Goldust.
Goldust.
Goldust and Luna. Yeah, both together.
Yeah.
So horrible.
Best dressed?
I'm gonna go Sable.
Yeah.
I wish she would have taken off that robe. I thought she was
I
going to
know,
take
right?
off the Santa thing. So I'm going to stick with DX and their robes.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
I'll go Sable.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
still liked it.
I'm comfortable with myself.
I like the legs. The legs were nice.
I'm
No, if you're taking DX, you have to take all of DX.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm out then.
Every moment.
It wasn't J. No, it was JR when they took off the road. They're like, look at those nuts.
Yeah. Look at those nuts.
Yeah. But like there weren't any nuts to
No.
even make it like a play on words.
Right.
Yeah.
He
no.
was just talking about their balls.
Yeah.
100%.
Look at their testicles.
Yeah.
Look at that dick, King. Oh, wait, the King's not here yet, King.
You're not Kang Kang. He even called him James once, like sarcastically.
Yes, he did.
What do you think, James?
Yeah. Worst acting?
Luna.
Okay.
So, controversial pick here. I had the young Rock because he kind of flubbed his lines when he was talking to
right.
Shamrock.
Yeah. All right.
I had Little Oos.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You're not the real Santa!
Oh, that's right. He did
that.
say that. Yeah.
Yeah. What was up
You're
with
not
the
the real
Rock?
Santa, Oos.
What was up with the Rock when he's like, let me tell you a story about the, how the Gulf
Gulf
War
War.
affects
Yeah,
me.
and then he goes, forget, I don't care about
Forget
the
it.
Gulf
Never
War.
mind.
You know what? Forget it. Yeah. Like,
That
what?
made no sense.
Okay.
This, by the way, Rock was like, this was like right before he turned heel. Rock was like the Jason Jordan.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Like everyone
And
hated
everyone
him,
hated him.
and we didn't know. Turns out he's one of the best talkers on the mic and wrestlers of all time.
The best talker.
I don't think Jason Jordan's gonna.
No. You
gonna
know what?
get there.
This time next year, we're all going to be wearing Jason Jordan t-shirts.
Yeah. No, especially
That'd be
because,
amazing. I hope so.
especially because back then they used to let the wrestlers just cut a promo, say what you want to say. Like obviously you have to go in a
Not
direction.
everybody, though. I think just the people they trusted. Shawn Michaels, Rock, Stone Cold,
Yeah,
Triple
but
H.
Rock was doing it before he was anyone. You know, like
Yeah.
when they turned him heel, like it was like, look, you have to talk about this, but you can basically, do what you want.
Yeah.
We'll never know if Jason really can do anything because they'll never let him talk on his own.
No.
Yeah.
There's only a couple people they let them do that.
Yeah.
Best acting,
Mankind,
yes,
hands down.
absolutely.
Sweep it.
Mankind. It was
Yeah.
so great.
So great.
That speech in the bowels of the arena.
yeah.
Yeah.
Worst comment?
I think Cornette said, "Oh, this is like a very un-Bob Hope-like Christmas special."
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they did. They trashed Bob Hope
Yeah.
for a while. It was weird.
Vince must have not liked him.
Yeah.
Maybe Bob didn't let him on the USO tour back then.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I had when Santa was beaten up by Stone Cold, he's like, he really cracked his Kringle or something like that. He cracked Chris's Kringle.
All right. I
was like, all right.
I had Paul Bearer. Season's beatings, dead man.
Yeah, dead man.
Oh, that was dumb. Best comments?
You want to read mine in the voice
Whose voice?
on your shirt?
Okay.
Oh.
Where is it? Let's see.
The Heartbreak Kid doesn't rest in peace. He can stay up all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's great.
Joe?
When Sable was being mistreated by Mero, he said, JR says, that's no way to treat a lady. And Cornette says, that's no way to treat a reindeer.
That's right.
I was like, that's so great.
Mine was Triple H, telling Owen if you need a pacifier to suck on.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I got one
I know
for
where to
you.
find
you
one.
nugget.
My dick.
Worst match?
Thrasher versus Phineas Godwin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with you there. Sweep it.
right.
Super slow-mo match?
8-ball
versus
Kurgan.
8-ball.
Some of these are obvious.
Yeah.
And best match?
Rock versus Taker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweep it, sweep it, sweep it.
All right.
Worst move?
I had Mark Mara's TKO.
Finisher. Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Same did it. So did I.
Why?
He punched the guy to win. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh no! What he did the Mark Marrow?
Yeah, a TKO. It's like a.
He did the. He has him up here and then he swings
it's like
him.
it's like an F5, but they go the other way.
Yeah.
It's like an F5 into an RKO.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't do it very well.
No.
I didn't think.
I had Kurgan's finisher because it was
Side
just a
suplex.
sidewalk
Slam.
slam.
Yeah, or
that's a good
sidewalk
one.
slam. Yeah.
Best move.
The Triple H splash.
Triple H splash because
Oh,
it was so
really?
great. Yeah.
I did that the stunner to Santa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stunner to Santa. This one was hard. Worst moment?
I don't
'Cause,
think
like,
it
obviously
was.
there was bad matches, like
Yeah.
the
No.
Kurgan and
No.
8-Ball, but
I get an
Goldust
answer.
Luna, him reading it like a gay guy, and then Vader being a face and finishing it off. Like the
right.
whole. We didn't need any of that. We didn't need any of that segment.
well, they had to do it to tell you Merry Christmas.
I guess. But they already showed Santa on the episode.
Yeah,
it was
but
like
it was
another
fake
Santa. Well, but-
Vader's the real Santa.
That's
obviously.
true.
what was yours?
Mine was
Mine.
the Boiler Room segments. Like up
Worst?
until the final one, they were all stupid.
They were.
I
Yeah,
thought
they
it
were.
was funny.
I didn't care.
I mean, they
Especially
weren't
when they
great.
had the helmets with the lights on them. Like,
But to
I
do
thought
it like
was
3 times, I thought maybe it was a little overkill.
I'll go with Goldust, I guess, reading
Yeah.
this stupid story. But at least it did have a payoff. But
Yeah.
really, the worst moment wasn't that bad. Like when we do Raw and SmackDown, the worst moment again, we have to choose from like 10, and they're all just horrible, horrible things.
Yeah.
So best moment,
I mean, the DX thing at the end,
end,
was
right?
so great.
Shawn and Triple H.
Great end to
Yeah.
an episode that they were really setting up.
Yeah.
And then DX, they screwed us.
Yes.
It's so
Yeah.
great.
They got us, Kang!
Yeah.
That's all for awards. Now on to the death toll that we
Yeah.
always do on these classic recaps.
Well,
We
how
did
many
it last
people died?
time. You want to take a guess?
Oh, shit.
What do you mean?
Like, yeah, how many people on this episode,
Are now dead.
including the flashbacks?
Oh,
are
sorry.
dead today. We did it last time, and there were like
Jesus.
7, but there's not as many this time. And look, I
You looked up every
I
wrestler?
looked up even Tom Brandy. I looked up all the fucking.
Hold on. Tom
Truth
Brady,
Commission.
alive or dead?
Oh, shit. I'm going to say alive.
I'm going to say dead. He's alive!
All the
right, hold
random
on.
people were like alive.
Hold on.
Like all the Truth Commission people.
Because
the
they
Jackal,
weren't there for years just killing their bodies.
Exact Jackal, 8-Ball's alive. Kurgan's alive.
Yeah.
All those people.
Kurgan was just like, he's been in movies lately.
Yeah.
He's in Sherlock Holmes
Right.
with Downey Jr.
I'm going to say 3.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Well,
But I'm going to go
Do you want
2.
to guess? Do you want to guess the names? Or do you just think about it? And this is including like the flash, like the last week footage and stuff. So we
Oh,
have
so that's a hit. Oh, Hawk, obviously.
we have Hawk,
yeah.
China,
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Paul Bearer, and
Yeah.
Luna.
Okay. so
Luna's
4.
dead.
Yeah,
4. All right.
oxycodone.
Wow.
I didn't count Luna.
Yeah.
No one ever does.
No one counts Luna.
But yeah, I thought there was gonna be a lot more. I was like, oh, this guy's probably dead.
Yeah.
It's not.
This guy,
8-Ball
this
slash
guy's
one of those
dead.
guys.
No, they
dead.
weren't.
For
They're
sure.
all alive. I was shocked. I looked up all of them. It was hard to find them too. You Google 8-Ball and you
No.
don't find anything about them. You have to Google
No.
8-Ball WWF, and then look up DOA. And oh my god,
It's.
Oh, and Ken Shamrock, you forgot.
he's alive.
sometimes
Well,
you don't
he
realize.
looks dead.
I met him like last year.
Sometimes
did?
you
He
don't
was in the
realize
studio.
how much you
that's right.
appreciate those filters where it gives you like what shouldn't be porn first. Because I was trying to pull up Dick's Sporting Goods website yesterday, and I just typed in Dick's.
Come on, dude. Are you kidding me?
And luckily, Dick's Sporting Goods was the
Oh,
first
so
one.
you have safe search on then?
No, I don't.
There was that great Vine I loved where these guys are, they're in Staples and they go, oh, wow, Staples sells Staples. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Does
yes!
that mean? And they cut to Dick's. They're running,
And
and,
they're
and the guy's running
running
going, woo!
Yeah. I forgot their names, but they were one of the popular Vine
Yeah,
stars.
yeah.
That was funny.
Stars.
I said Vine stars. Stars from Vine.
Stars, though. Because now Vine doesn't exist and they're nothing.
Jesus.
Well, it's true.
Anyways, we have
Yeah.
a few fan questions or comments. Pop Culture Junkie in the Taker versus Rock match. Taker hits his finisher, but before making the pin, Kane interrupts. This match ends, and neither is the loser. Nowadays, WWE will have the match and end it with a standard fruit roll-up, followed by whatever interference segment is coming. That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for your comment. Marcus Muniz, why hasn't the WWE put these old Raw episodes on the network? Well, how do you think we watched it, Marcus?
Yeah, that's where we watched
Marcus,
it.
they're all on the network.
Even like new episodes are now on the network.
Yeah.
So really, like, if you need another, I mean, if that, I guess get the network if you want to watch all the old episodes. They're all on there now. That's
Yeah.
like the best thing about the network
Yeah.
is you could watch it when it was good. Hey, Nick at the network, watch it when it was good. They have every SmackDown, every Raw. Adam Wilson, with how popular and profitable the Attitude Era was, do you think WWE will ever look at what they did right back then and apply it to today's shows to fix their decline?
I don't know.
in
They've had
profits
years
and
to do that and they haven't.
Yeah.
They've had years to do that and they haven't. So I'm going to say no. Not in the.
But again, like
Yeah.
this episode of
Manner.
Raw, every storyline, again, just like when we did SmackDown, each storyline was advanced that week. Like, like they did the right thing. Even Kane and Taker, which you had, 6 months of build before Mania?
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
were able to do it. Like
Yep.
the storylines advanced.
It's been
each
20
week.
years. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. And I much rather would watch 8-Ball and Corgan versus like Jason Jordan and Elias 6 times.
Yeah, it's true.
Chris Starr, wish I could think of a question. Great episode either way. WWE should probably start holding SmackDown live tapings at a building that size soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. If they treated SmackDown like NXT, it might get more popular.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have trivia.
Oh, okay, good. Let's do it.
All right. So, Ken Shamrock, we talked about today.
Yes.
What is Ken Shamrock's birth name? I'll give you 4 choices.
Okay.
All right.
All
Is
right.
it A?
I just assume he was born with the best name ever.
Is it A, Ken Shamrock?
Uh-huh.
B, Ken Shamrung? C, Ken Kilpatrick? Or D, Ken Steepowitz?
I think his real name is Ken Shamrock. I'm going with that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because even his brothers they all changed their last name.
Yeah.
Frank Shamrock or whatever it is. Tim Shamrock.
Yeah. Ryan Shamrock.
Ryan Shamrock. Yeah. So that is incorrect. Choose again.
They all changed their last names.
Even UFC
Hey, like
fighters?
they had a family meeting. Hey, let's do this.
I'm going to say Ken Kilpatrick.
You want
I
to
don't
say
even
something
remember
different?
the other names.
Shamrung, Kilpatrick, Steepowitz.
Kilpatrick seems like it's too made up to be fake. I'm going with Kilpatrick.
It is.
Kilpatrick!
Yeah.
I almost did Kilpatrick, Kill Timmy, Kill Tom. I was like, no.
You
no.
should have done all this. Oh my god.
Ken Kilpatrick. Born Ken Kilpatrick. Ken Wayne Kilpatrick.
That's amazing. They all had a family meeting. Was like, look, guys, I got a killer last name. It's fucking awesome.
So, Ken Rock was named the world's dangerous man by ABC News in a special entitled The World's Most Dangerous Things. In the early part of his career, a moniker which has stuck as his nickname. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they were
Who
talking
got
about
it
him.
first? Was it Tyson or him? Tyson had it first, right?
Oh, I don't know. That was ABC News. Yeah.
Tyson had it when he was boxing, didn't he, or no? Or did Vince McMahon
No, I
just
think
give him that
Vince.
name
I
when
think
he showed
Vince
up?
did that. I think Vince did that. I don't think he was ever called
So
that.
it was after Shamrock then.
Yeah.
Because then Tyson shows up a few months later, and Vince is like, the world's most dangerous man. And
But did they
Shamrock's
call
like,
him-
the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, shit, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, very good. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I sent out a tweet and asked the fans, like, what classic episodes you want us to recap, and I made note of a few of them, so this should be fun. We keep doing this.
All right.
I definitely
So many good ones.
We'll do movie reviews as well, but we'll do these too. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Well,
All right.
anyways, we'll see you at the next Patreon exclusive video.
Thanks
We'll
for
see.
being a supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave in the comments of the video what you want us to recap next, movie
Yeah.
or classic.
Or classic
The
episode.
classic episodes are so good.
I really
Yeah.
want to do
They're so good.
They are.
I enjoy
really wanna
watching
do-
them.
I really want to do that Survivor Series tournament one.
We
It's
should do
so
it.
Great.
They're so great.
Yeah.
So great.
Classic pay-per-view.
Yeah. Classic pay-per-view. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Late.
Adios.
Abadu.
No.
I threw that in there.
No.